What if love doesn't announce itself with grand gestures or fireworks, but quietly, through a look exchanged in passing, a laugh shared between takes, or a moment of silence that feels louder than words? In the glittering world of South Korean entertainment, where everything is carefully curated and privacy is fiercely guarded, it's often the small, unscripted moments that speak volumes. And for two of Korea's most beloved stars, Dara and Jung, those tiny, easily overlooked interactions have sparked a whirlwind of curiosity, speculation, and, perhaps, a new love song just beginning to play. Their story didn't start with drama, nor was it thrust into the public eye with a sudden dating confirmation. Instead, it began like a melody heard faintly from another room. Subtle, gentle, mysterious, the kind of chemistry that doesn't explode but slowly warms, building like the quiet crescendo of a ballad. For fans who've followed Dara's journey from her 21 days to her recent solo projects, she's always been known as the charismatic, radiant figure with a heart of gold and a touch of mystery. She's elegant but approachable, stylish yet down to earth. Jung Il-woo, on the other hand, carries the aura of a seasoned actor, refined, thoughtful, and intensely charming, with a resume that stretches across dramas like 49 Days, Moon Embracing the Sun, and Cinderella and Four Nights. His screen presence is undeniable. Off-screen, he exudes a quiet confidence that draws people in without trying. What happens when these two seemingly different yet complementary personalities are brought together? It was during a behind-the-scenes shoot for a luxury campaign that rumors first began to swirl. Dara and Jung Il-woo were spotted together, professionally, of course, but the footage released to the public told more than what the edited commercial ever could. In a candid moment captured by a staff member's phone, Dara laughed at something Il-woo whispered just out of earshot, her face lighting up in a way fans immediately recognized as genuine. Il-woo, in turn, watched her with an expression so soft, so uncharacteristically tender, that it sent social media into a flurry. They look good together. Did you see the way he looked at her? That wasn't acting. OMG, is this the next Dispatch couple? Suddenly, fans were combing through every available frame, analyzing hand gestures, eye contact, even the way they stood beside each other. From that moment, a subtle narrative began to unfold. One not driven by scandal, but by sincerity. While both stars remained silent, their silence only added fuel to the speculation. Interviews with their respective teams revealed little, but eagle-eyed netizens noticed that the two began appearing at overlapping events more often. A charity gala here, a fashion show there. Each time, direct interaction was caught on camera, but the proximity was enough to keep fans guessing. What added more intrigue was the way their social media presences began to align. Jung Il-woo posted a photo of a sunset in Jeju, just days after Dara uploaded a beachside video from what looked like the same location. Coincidence? Perhaps, but for the romantics, it felt like something more. They both shared similar quotes about growth, inner peace, and love, cryptic, but enough to make people wonder. In the entertainment industry, common for stars to cross paths and collaborate. Made this situation unique was the consistency and the subtle emotional energy that lingered around them. Stylists began noting how their fashion choices echoed each other: soft beige tones, oversized coats, vintage accessories. Music fans noticed that Dara posted a story with an acoustic love song playing in the background. Just hours after Il-woo shared a post captioned with lyrics from a similar genre. Even during group interviews for unrelated projects, reporters couldn't resist sneaking in a question: "Are you close with Dara?" Il-woo would smile and say, "She's a wonderful person," without elaborating. Dara, when asked about her ideal type, gave a surprisingly detailed answer: "Someone who is calm, grounded, who listens more than he speaks, who makes me laugh when I least expect it." Fans pointed out that it sounded suspiciously like Jung Il-woo. The magic of this story lies not in a dramatic reveal, but in the tension of what if. Their narrative, if indeed it is one, feels authentic because it mirrors real-life beginnings. The fluttering uncertainty, the quiet acknowledgements, the space between denial and declaration. Part 1 of this unfolding tale leaves us with more questions than answers. But perhaps that's the beauty of it. Like any good love song, first verse is meant to hook us, not to satisfy. but to invite us deeper. As the spotlight lingers a little longer on Dara and Jung Il-woo, the world waits to hear the chorus. The first moments between Dara and Jung Il-woo were whispers. Then the days that followed were the echoes growing louder. What began as innocent speculation has now evolved into a symphony of signs, each glance, each post, each gesture scrutinized under the microscope of public curiosity. Fans, as they do best, began to build a digital tapestry of interactions, coincidences, and coded language. One particularly viral thread mapped out a timeline, from their initial campaign shoot to a pattern of synced online activity. There were overlapping travel destinations, friends' Instagram stories, and even one event where they appeared in the same building, though not in the same photo. A few months later, what many considered the turning point happened during Seoul Fashion Week. Dara arrived early for a luxury brand's showcase, turning heads as always in an elegant, minimalist ensemble. An hour later, Jung Il-woo appeared at the same event. Though they sat rows apart and left at different times, fans noticed the small things. Dara turned slightly as he entered. Il-woo paused momentarily near her row. Body language experts, yes, exist in K-pop fandom, dissected their every move and concluded, familiarity. Soon, public perception shifted. Media outlets that once treaded lightly began to run speculative headlines. A new K-drama couple off-screen, or Dara and Il-woo, just friends or something more? Entertainment channels on YouTube discussed their potential relationship with surprising earnestness. Still, the two stars said nothing. And yet, they said so much. The narrative truly deepened when fans uncovered a shared cause. Both were ambassadors for a children's health charity. At a private fundraiser, their behind-the-scenes video was leaked, showing Dara and Il-woo standing close, talking quietly, unaware of the camera. It wasn't the conversation that caught attention, it was the comfort, the ease with which they interacted, the way their shoulders occasionally brushed without either pulling away. For those who believe in energy, there's radiated compatibility, more than just physical proximity. They began to mirror each other emotionally. In an interview promoting his latest drama, Woo spoke at length about vulnerability, about opening up to someone who makes you feel like home. Days later, Dara posted a handwritten note on Instagram with the caption, "Sometimes, peace is found in unexpected hearts." It didn't have to be about each other, but the timing, the tone, the mutual reflection, was undeniable. Now, fans had already christened them with a ship name, Darwoo. Fan art, edited videos, and even mini webtoons started circulating. Instead of resisting the attention, both stars seemed to lean into it, subtly. Posted a selfie wearing a bracelet rumored to be a gift from Il-woo's fashion brand. Il-woo uploaded a cooking story with a dish Dara once called her favorite. But perhaps the most telling moment came during a live broadcast. Dara, reading fan comments, stumbled across, "If you could go on a trip with any actor, who would it be?" She smiled, bit her lip, and without naming names said, "He knows." Followed was a soft chaos. The comment sections exploded. The clip was shared thousands of times. Il-woo, hours later, posted a landscape photo with the caption, "Waiting for a journey to begin." Coincidence again? Fans didn't think so. Whispers turned into headlines. It became clear, whether they intended it or not, the bond had become public domain. But here's what makes their story compelling: it never felt forced. There were no paparazzi chases, no awkward denials, no staged interactions. Just a slow build, a mutual orbit, a narrative formed not by declarations but by presence. Challenge, of course, lies in the nature of Korean celebrity culture. Relationships are often kept hidden due to intense scrutiny, fan backlash, and agency pressures. Going public can mean risking careers, endorsements, or fan loyalty. And yet, the growing support for Dara and Il-woo suggests a cultural shift. Fans no longer want manufactured perfection, they want authenticity, even if it's messy, uncertain, or incomplete. Their story, still unwritten in many ways, mirrors the kind of romance that sneaks up on you, the kind that doesn't need validation to feel real. As one fan beautifully tweeted, "They don't have to say it. See it. We feel it." And maybe, that's enough. In a world of flashy headlines and fleeting trends, the connection between Dara and Jung Il-woo is a slow dance, a melody that plays just under the surface. Whether it crescendos into something public or remains their shared secret, one thing is clear: the love song has already begun. And we, the audience, are lucky enough to be